Hello everyone and welcome back to the Casual Battlers channel. Merry Christmas and upcoming New Year. By the time this video is launched, there'll be only 1 or 2 days left until New Year hits us. Today we're looking at another battler game, a mobile game, which is called Heroic Magic Duel. Okay, I won't stay too long on the topic of how two adjectives are preceding a noun here in the name of the game, which makes it sound a little weird and non-English speaking to me, but as a non-native English speaker, I'm not going to complain too much. This is a simpler game. It's not our typical auto battler with perhaps a ginormous, humongous support maybe and big future in esports world of mobile games and other games. But I can tell you, it really gripped me. I really am enjoying it right now. I spent a lot more time than I'd like to admit in this game, and that's why I am kind of, as a first glance at this game, as a quick, very quick, snappy review and gameplay demonstration, I'm gonna recommend it to you. It is a good game. So at the moment I'm just opening the freebies, the free stuff that they are always giving you. I am demonstrating to you my very starter deck here, kind of to show that I'm relying on basic cards with only an exception of a couple of rare cards which I have obtained as I've been playing kind of a few games already. I have Valkyrie, which is a rare card. Valkyrie is pretty strong melee character, but this is not a video, this is an overview video. It's not a video where we go in depth into analysis of each one of these characters or each one of these cards. But essentially I will demonstrate the gameplay to you. The fights are very quick here, so I think I'll do 2-3 fights here to kind of show to you how the gameplay generally works, and it's fairly self-explanatory. I'll keep commenting. As you can see, there are different heroes, so I've switched the hero right now, kind of the main kind of what your character stands for. I switched it to the very first guy, who actually is better than the second guy, in my opinion. Heroes come with special abilities, that's the main difference between them. So one ability is usually an attack and another one is some kind of boost or some kind of utility, if you like. So I've switched to the very first, by the way, character that you're being given, and he has a meteor strike and he has a boost to the damage of your minions. So it's a minion based game, as you can see. Your portals are on the left, enemy portals are on the right. The goal is to push the lanes, push one of these 3 lanes and destroy enemy portals. It's fairly self-explanatory. You can see that cards are being given to you in random order. You wait a little bit until you accumulate mana when you can play a card with a certain cost, and each different character, each different minion has its own strengths and weaknesses. There is a ranged minion right now in the middle lane shooting at the gate from the big distance, so obviously distance is his benefit. I just launched my Rhino dude, who is a runner. He just runs up, closes the distance very quickly and has a very punchy punch or headbutt or whatever you want to call it. Then there are a couple of tanks right now being prepared, so these are expensive cards. They cost 7 mana. But they have a lot of health. They are tanks basically, yeah. So if you want to suppress someone's advance, it's not a bad early, I'm not gonna say beginner card, but it is a fairly early game card, maybe within the first 5 games from the first 5 chests. So you're being given chests for winning like this. The only little annoyance here that I can tell you is that the game is a tiny bit more kind of orientated towards forcing you to buy stuff due to inconvenience, and I'll explain what that means. Inconvenience is in the fact that you have only 4 slots to accumulate winners' chests from winning the games, yeah? So games are very quick, and by the time you won your first 4 games and filled up the slots with those chests, it will happen in no time, literally in no time, I promise you that. And generally what they make you do is that you can start opening a chest, but it takes an hour and a half for a standard chest that never has anything good, and a lot longer, like 4 hours I believe, for chests that actually may contain a rare card or may contain some currency that you need to upgrade your cards, to level them up and that kind of stuff. So obviously the currency that you can buy with real money from these people is gems, yeah? and opening a chest costs gems instantly if you'd like to open one instantly, and therefore free up another slot for another chest to go into. Long story short, point is, if you don't want to spend real money, if you want to play the game as a free-to-play game, just enjoy it kind of like I'm doing right now, you are forced to always sit on those 4 chests, kind of always waiting for one of them opening naturally within the limit, within the given time, yeah, like an hour and a half or 4 hours. So you're just kind of waiting. And so if I win right now, all my slots for chests are taken, so I'm basically wasting a chest. You know what I'm saying? Not that it matters, not that it matters tremendously. I don't think that that is a deterrent for this game. It just, apologies, shows a little, I don't know, a slightly more aggressive attempt to monetize the game from the developer's perspective, in kind of in not the most graceful way, okay? And that means that they are trying to monetize the game through inconvenience. They're trying to inconvenience you, as opposed to trying to appeal through giving you amazing creatures, skins. I don't know what else other games do, but there could be a slightly softer, if you like, monetization model, and some of them kind of force you into feeling inconvenienced, and that's why you would buy something. That is my main annoyance at this game. Everything else, even in as simple apologies, I have a little cold here. Even if it is even with these inconveniences and in its simplicity of the game, it is a pretty solid game, and it can definitely entertain you for quite some time. Main tip that I can give you is make sure that these abilities that your hero has, Meteor Strike and whatever that second ability that sends your minions into rage and gives them boost of damage, make sure that you upgrade those abilities at any opportunity that is presented to you. So you need to play, you need to accumulate obviously currency, different currencies. I'm not gonna even try to list them to you for you. There is like 3 or 4 or 5 different ones. But basically, when something can be upgraded, you will get a visual hint there in the game. So do upgrade those abilities. It makes a huge difference. As right now you see those fireballs falling. Sometimes an enemy drops a whole horde of minions, and you have nothing to counter them with. And that meteor can literally turn the tide of battle, completely turn it. Yeah. A general advice, recommendation, again from a non-professional player who just started the game but played quite a few games already, and I love it, is to make sure that you push all lanes if you can, because that puts pressure on your opponent. This is something that may not be very obvious, and you might say, oh, let me just funnel a whole horde of characters into one lane, right? Well, the person feels the pressure a lot more. The person on the other side of the screen feels the pressure a lot more if you send all these troops through all of the lanes. They, for example, if they use one of the heroic abilities themselves, like that fireball or whatever it is called, Meteor Strike, if they use it, they can use it only on one lane and only on one specific area of the lane. Yeah. Anyway, so it's one of those, I think it's one of those games where you can say it's easy to grasp, kind of. It's easy to start on and harder to master, perhaps, because that's when different other synergies and different other things come into play. So right now I got a rarer chest. So even though it's a common minion, it's a rare common undead army. It's pretty good because you drop it and it creates 3 different groups of skeletons in each lane. So one in each lane, which is really good. And that, again, why is it good? Because it allows you to keep pressure on the enemy. It keeps pressure. So at the moment I'm going to replace one of my currently available ones with this new horde. So I'm going to replace one of the cards in my active deck, and I'm going to power up these dudes as far as I can with the available currency items. And I'm going to replace someone, possibly, yeah, one of the tanks with this horde. Brutes, so these tanks, Brute is its name. They are very solid, as I said. Kind of can recommend it, but I do feel a little silly trying to give you very quick on the spot advice as far as tactics, because first of all, I'm not an expert. Second of all, just wanted to overview the game, definitely draw your attention to it. and just say that in my opinion it's definitely worth your while. So as I do with every other video, I'm gonna stop ranting right now. I'm gonna encourage you to subscribe if you like this kind of content. I review games like these, similar games, very regularly. Videos are being released as promised every week on Sunday Australian time. So please subscribe to show your support and to never miss a video. Help the channel grow. This is much appreciated. And I, on my end, keep promising to you that I'll continue bringing you this content and hopefully entertain you once a week here on this channel. All right, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and please enjoy the rest of the video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you next time.